Here we are, the last part. Negotiation and mediation and arbitration. And this is the alternative ways to resolve disputes. Okay. After the part 1 and part 2, you probably understand why we need alternative methods for resolving disputes. Being in the court system is very time consuming. It's also very expensive. So, there are several ways that you can resolve disputes outside of the court system, and more often we are turning to those. Two of the ways that are set here are negotiation and mediation. And negotiation is just an informal type of sit-down settlement talk between the parties, sometimes with counsel, sometimes without, just seeing if they can settle it and not have to go into the court system. A friendly conversation, so to speak, among people who might have a difference of opinion or a difference of opinion is the best way to say that, I guess. Or if there's something in dispute, maybe we can sit down and talk about it rather than sue each other. The other one is mediation, and that's usually non-binding, and it's usually a third party, a neutral third party, that will sit down and help with negotiations. Sometimes, and most times, they'll recommend a resolution of the dispute. It tries to be very non-adversarial, and it tries to put a calming effect on the disputes. It tries to get everybody to get to the same page and to have common ground. There's arbitration, which you will see many times with union disputes. An arbitrator will come in, or a panel of arbitrators will come in and listen to both sides and talk about both sides and look at the facts, and then they will make a decision. And sometimes that decision is binding, which in most cases for like a union or a union mainly, or a dispute that already has a prior agreement for arbitration, it means it's binding, could be binding, so whatever that panel of people decide or the neutral third party decides, both sides have to stand by and accept. Or it could be non-binding, and in that case it would be just simply an advisory type capacity. In most cases, arbitration will be binding. There's some other forms that come into play. There's it's called the neutral case evaluation, and this is where two parties really don't know what they have definitely, and so instead of immediately jumping into a court case, they put it before a third party and say, okay, what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses? Is this a good thing? Where can we come to the middle ground? You could have a mini trial where you present it to a judge who would basically kind of do the same thing, would look at it and say, well, this is a good claim and that's a good defense, or that's not going to fly, this probably shouldn't go to court. You could have a summary jury trial where you could gather a group together, just like you would a jury, and have them comment on the case. You can have a conciliation, which is a settlement discussion, moderated. Both sides are talking and being moderated on the dispute. Or you could have online dispute resolution, which is becoming more popular. You can find services online for it right now. But like I said, if you went through part 1 and part 2, you could see where these would be less time consuming and definitely cost a lot less money, and probably will come up with a better solution for all parties involved as long as everybody negotiates in good faith. So things to think about when you get out there in the real life world and decide that you may have a dispute with somebody. You may want to, negotiate, go to mediation, go to arbitration, or one of these forms. Don't jump right into the court system. That will be very lengthy for you. So the question is, the three main focuses of alternative dispute resolution are. I'll let you select the ones that you feel are right. Thank you for your patience in all of this.